and does like, and he was claiming that he's a limba and all kind of stuff. And yeah, it was.
I think that Gappa doesn't get what I'm trying to say here. He says that, bro, Persia is literally fighting Israel. He still doesn't get it, does he?
Yeah, he
How do
doesn't.
I how do I explain this even more? Can you try and for me to like say it in a different way for him to understand, maybe
Uh,
about the
so
Mizrahim?
correct me if I'm wrong on your argument or something. So you were saying
Yeah.
people like Lahud, etc., are backing people like this who back the Khazarian theory, so that it foments anger towards Ashkenazim, etc. Right?
Yeah. Well, foments anger towards anybody who says that they're not pure
Right, right,
Jew.
right, right,
Or,
right, right.
yeah,
Exactly. Right, right.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes
But
total sense. And in doing so, like you literally have that kind of propaganda, so that people like who aren't your. So again, you give that kind of propaganda so people can attack either your group or another group on purpose, right? And so that's exactly what you just described, Gappa. Is that there's another you're saying that there's a group fighting them right now? Why? What's the
I,
propaganda going into that type of stuff, right?
I think
Are people
he's saying
are Lahud happy about the people fighting? Yes, they are, because
they
that
are
means
because
they get to propagate their own stuff with their own ideas and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
well, they want to nuke Iran, and if Iran
Yes,
goes so
exactly.
far, they'll be very happy to drop a nuclear bomb in Iran. They're
Very
very,
happy.
very happy about that.
Hmm.
So it all works towards Liquid's
Yes,
agenda. So when he says
100%.
Persia, he doesn't realize that Persia is fighting Israel right now because they've fallen into this idea that there will be some kind of united Islamic sort of march against the Holy Land, that Iran and Sudan, or maybe Somalia, and maybe Morocco, Libya,
Hmm.
will come with Tatarstan or somebody from the north, or Turkey or something like that. Then they'll come down and they have a kind of Islamic conquest of the Holy Land. And this is the armies of Gog marching against the kingdom of Israel. And they don't realize that's, first of all, that already happened. Like in, I don't know when, like 1,000 years ago, it already happened. And second of all, that's not what the story of Gog and Magog is about. Gog comes to take control of what we call the camp of God's people is Judaism. Gog comes to take control of Judaism. He doesn't try to destroy Judaism. He wants to take a plunder from the land because he wants to take the benefit. He wants to take the blessings of the land. He wants to inherit the blessings of the land, of the people. So his people will come, and that's why you have this phrase of like those who say they are Jews but are not, but are a synagogue of Satan. Satan is bound for 1,000 years and then released to deceive the nations in the four corners of the earth, and that is the Gog Magog battle. So Satan, what Satan we're talking about? The Satan we're talking about is Gog. Gog is the name of this particular Satan, because there are many, many Satans, and this particular Satan, who is bound for 1,000 years, is Gog, who is then released and comes to take. And it says, "I will put hooks in your jaw." In the book of Ezekiel, it says, "I'll put hooks in your jaw, and I'll pull you out from the four corners of the earth. I will pull you to the mountains of Israel." So God Himself is the thing which actually deceives Gog. It means that Gog is somehow thinking that he is doing this to receive God's blessings. And of course, like Muslims will say, yes, we think we're going to go and destroy Israel to receive God's blessings. But Muslims don't actually believe that. That's not part of the scripture. That in the end of the world, Muslims are going to march upon on Israel. It doesn't say that. What it says is that, like, the armies of the Dajjal are going to go and march upon, the holy place. So wherever the holy place is, that's what the armies of the Dajjal are doing. Well, that's exactly the same story as Gog. Gog and the Dajjal are the same thing. They are false. And why is he called Dajjal? He's Al-Masih al-Dajjal. He's the false Messiah, which is exactly what Gog is. He's the false Messiah. So he has to convince enough idiots that he is the Messiah, because he's doing things that the Messiah would do. And Messiah is not going to come and destroy the land of Israel. What he's going to do is apparently establish the land of Israel. He's going to spiritually destroy it, but for the material eye, it'll look like he's building up the land of Israel, which is what we see has happened. So He's saying, if he says bro Persia is literally fighting against Israel right now, as if he's correcting me, it's like Persia is fighting against Israel. That means the Mizrahim, like this man in front of us, are fighting against Israel in a spiritual battle. But I think that maybe Gappa thinks, when he says that, he thinks it means Iran is fighting against Israel right now. And that's not the point that we're saying. The point that I'm trying to get across is the army from Persia, which is marching, are called the Mizrahim. They are the Persians who are marching against spiritual Israel. And the army from the Kush area that is marching against Israel are called the Beta Israel. They are the ones who are marching against spiritual Israel. And the ones from the West African area who are marching against Israel are called Sephardim. They are the ones who are marching against Israel. That's the Put who is marching against. And the ones from the Goma area who are marching against Israel spiritually are the Ashkenazim, who are also those Ashkenazim who are convinced by this. Specifically, the IDF types. They were created in the Ashkenazi area. IDF was created in that area. But they had turned their back on the idea that, that we should be pacifists. That's what I'm trying to get across there. Well, I invited Gappa and